Here, you got your boy Lloyd Ford. You got Sharon Cutter Smooth EP Digital, and we got Bro the Truth.
You already know,
the Black
baby.
Kings
Yes,
podcast. We back like we never left. Core Radio.
What up?
4713. We in here.
Different studio, man. Different
Time. Let me show the studio,
Yeah,
man.
we in here.
Y'all boys get it. You know what I'm saying? Got everybody in here today.
Welcome
Yes,
back.
Appreciate everybody.
I like it.
tuning
How you
in.
like it? You got golden balloons or something? You don't like the balloons?
I don't think them balloons was for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, they not.
We'll move on. But it's cool.
It adds to the ambiance.
I was telling them about it.
Y'all gonna see me eating on these Skittles all day, so this is what I do. But I appreciate everybody tuning in to the Black Kings podcast. The first thing we'll get to, we'll start talking about today. I have to mention, is Bill Cosby and the justice system.
Oh, man.
The reason why I have to talk about Bill Cosby, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna get y'all thoughts, but I don't think Bill Cosby should have went to jail. He should not have been convicted. Let me put it like that.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because, let me give you a breakdown. He had 60 accusers. 2/3 of those accusers pretty much were in the 70s, the 80s, and even some in damn near the 60s.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I felt like at that point in time, I got somebody that can't hear. At that point in time, we could not, they wasn't coming out and saying nothing. Like, I'm sorry, you can't go for no 30 years not say nothing and then all of a sudden it'd be a problem. I feel like once it wasn't profitable or once they wasn't getting out of it and they just wait for one person to go, then it was cool.
I sent you the link.
All right. So are you saying that in support of rape culture? You support rape culture?
I don't support no rape
you support
culture.
statute of limitations or their line?
Oh yeah, but they changed the statute of limitations for this man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I feel what you're saying because it's like not saying that he agreed with Bill Cosby doing what he doing. Bill Cosby wrong if he done it. But the thing about it is, come on, man. Come on. In the shit from the 60s, whatever conversation they had in the 60s.
He didn't get convicted for stuff in the 60s.
No.
He got convicted for stuff in the early 2000s. So that's within the statute of limitations.
But
that's
you got them still taking stuff in the account.
Yeah, but this is where
then.
a new age in which, because of social media, public opinion matters a whole lot in convicting or even in politics swaying a different way.
It always mattered. It
Right?
just goes
So,
a little bit further.
All the other girls that came along to kind of prove that public opinion, like, hey, he's a dirtbag. He's getting them girls to pop them pills. I saw the little article you sent. You going down the whole list of autographs.
I looked at, first of all, the whole list of the accusers. Most of them, it'd be like vague, like, oh, hey, first of all, I feel like if this is going to be rape, then why'd you make a second visit?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of them, yeah. It's date rape. It wasn't a violent rape, but it's date rape in which, hey, she didn't 100% totally agree with it. So it is rape, but it's just not the highest degree.
See, this
and that's where people like to play in the gray zone. Like, all right, he's still kind of raped, but no, should he get the full charges of a violent rape? Should he be convicted or punished for that level?
It's no level of degree when it comes to rape. Rape is rape. For me, honestly, like I said, I'm not saying that what he did is right. If I've assaulted you, don't wait 30 years to say somebody done something to me. And this I really want to say this, like, as nasty as some of these women is today,
Some freaks out there.
I'm just, being honest. I'm regular. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's Bill Cosby.
He got some power though.
But at the same time, those women knew what was about to happen. It's like the Kobe, bro. I'm not calling. Don't call what Drake say. Don't come over here at 2 a.m. and cuddle with me, man. Stop playing with me. When Bill called them over, they knew what it was.
I mean, then you had one lady that was saying, she even admitted, she said, hey, he told me I couldn't come over unless I was drinking and popping pills.
Okay, and you didn't. So
you came
it's
anyway.
A culture thing. You talk about the '60s, which is
like
the drug times, the times of Woodstock. Like drugs are everywhere. Everybody popping pills. So it's like you can't really dismiss it. It's part of the culture. It's like if you're gonna punish him, there's like a whole slew of people you're gonna have to punish come future. So
You see, but that don't mean that ain't gonna never happen, especially with Harvey Weinstein and everybody else. Let's see if they gonna get the same type of judgment.
And the same thing with the Playboy Mansion.
But think about it this way: it ain't even got to be a phase. It ain't got to be no trend. It ain't got to be nothing. Who, right now, if you got the call from who, you doing anything for them? Who, like, a lot of people got celebrity crushes. So, for instance, if Beyonce called you, Sharon, you can't come over here unless you own them out.
Man, don't be putting me on.
I'm just saying.
Nobody can deny the queen.
I know we all in serious situations, but I'm just speaking. Put yourself in those shoes. Not saying that you gonna leave your girl right now for Beyonce. I ain't saying that. But if Beyonce say,
she paying?
You
I'm just kidding.
If
just playing.
Hey, if she said you got to be on the hen and you got to be on the molly, what are you doing?
Hey, I'm getting towed up and I ain't snitching.
What you doing? What you doing?
What?
If Beyonce call you, I'm talking about the moment. I ain't talking about.
I'm gonna blame it on the drug.
You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is, are you doing it or not? Are you gonna say no? I'm not.
Most people gonna say, first of all, if you take between girls and dudes, they gonna do two different things in the first place anyway.
Yeah.
But when it comes to you feeling like you can advance yourself in any type of way, I done heard Bill Cosby didn't pay for college. He done paid for all these different things for these people, for these ladies. Matter of fact, the lady, the main accuser, he paid her $3.6 million in 2006 to shut your ass up. But at the same time, instead of she not, by being there say nothing, the whole media got behind it, and then they be like, oh yeah, you good, you can say something now. So she basically pocketed $3.6 million, then say, hey, I still told and still got your ass put in jail.
Because she's trying to get the rest of them paid.
But look, the rest of them already gonna get paid, because think about it,
they already got paid.
I'm just saying, saying all the 60 didn't get paid. But I'm saying the rest of them, if you coming out and being people like they ain't got nothing they have nothing to gain by saying something and not getting out of it. But you know what that do get you? A book deal. It get you talk shows. Just by saying you accuser, guess what you can do now? You can go on talk shows, you can say whatever. Most of them had barely recollections. Like, yeah, one time he took something, I felt a little droozy, I dozed off. I don't really know what happened, but yep, that's what happened.
I hate that lie.
Hey, but it could be true. It could be true. But the thing is, it still happens today, and there's like plethora of females probably this weekend that just went with it. So it's not like an unheard of type thing. It's a culture thing, and it's been common. But the fact that Bill, he's big, he had a whole lot of money. The comments that he made about pretty much us thugs back in late 90s.
I'm not gonna hold that because how many my daddy and them said, pull your pants up. That was just a normal slang. Just like when you drop the pants in game, guess what they said? Or take them gloves off. Back in the day, there was just some other times that people just said, and that was Bill Cosby gave a lot of money.
And that's all you care about.
It's
not that's the thing. That's all you care about.
That's not all I care about. And to be honest, I didn't really watch the Cosby Show that much.
See, Bill Cosby, my dad.
But what I'm saying, it's just a point. We'll get to the justice system, but it's just a point of how it happened. And they refused to prosecute the person that said that lied about Emmett Till. She came out and said she lied, and they refused to prosecute her because of her age.
I believe
she was 83.
But see, this is the thing.
No,
she's still alive.
She came out. She probably dead now.
That's what I'm saying. Now,
but I'm saying, back in the day, she came out and accused, and they declined
2 years ago.
But they declined to prosecute her because of her age. Bill Cosby is 3 years younger than her.
The only thing that I have to say about that, like I said, rape is rape. I don't care what you do for the community. LeBron James is a noble citizen of his community. If LeBron James committed rape and murder, nigga, go to jail. That's how I feel. But my issue with this whole thing is, like how Laura said, the timing and the purpose of them actually doing this. When I say everybody already got paid, what I'm saying is, if Bill Cosby knew he did something wrong to them women, he gave them some money. But he took care of them in one kind of way. Because knowing who he is, they was his fuck buddies. But the thing that pissed me off about this is all these side chicks think they can get paid now. Because every time you turn on the radio, it's talking about a side bitch. Every nigga that rap talking about how I'm taking your girl. Now they done opened up a portal
Pandora's
to where,
box.
to where these hoes think that they can get paid.
And that's the thing. The fact that you calling them hoes,
because
you are energizing them to take even your ass down.
Like I said, I'm gonna be honest.
First of all,
I'm not
from
gay.
Texas. We call everything bitches.
Yeah, everything bitches and hoes. This is the thing. I'm not gay, but who find Bill attractive? Come on, you know why they there.
That's fucked up.
Same thing for Trump. Hey.
Come on, this Trump got a listen.
Money.
You look at Trump's wife. He got a dime. She not there for that. You know why she
not there
there
for that.
You know why she there. She
accepted
you
20
look
bills.
Exactly. She there for the money. She there for not the pills, fool. She there for the bread. Them women that Bill Cosby chose were there for the money. They knew what situation they was getting themselves into.
You trading on like thin
No, it's
ice,
not thin
especially
ice.
with dealing with those women who felt that they were truly taken advantage of, and a lot of times they were. There are some sad chicks. There are some first-time acquaintances. Hey, girl, take this. Done with you.
Yeah.
And there's some, which confuses me, is like, it's the culture of 60s, 70s, everybody pop pills. Even more so at the Playboy Mansion.
But my thing is,
wherever you
but
go,
I would bring it back to this, like, I don't care what happened or when it was. Like, at that time, what did you get out of it? Did you get a college? If you got anything out of it, monetary wise, you got what you got.
They got something out of it.
You got what you got. And especially if you went back for more, I have nothing.
It's not rape if you go back.
I mean,
like a motherfucker.
I mean, you're right. I don't believe, a lot of stuff. But I tell you, I put it like this. We'll go to the justice system. They even, for the statute of limitation, they raised it, for this purpose. They had his accusers going out there. They like, Bill Cosby created a lot of change. You know what I'm saying? They literally was going petitions, getting them stuff. I think 9 states already then wiped out or raised the limitation for the statute. Yeah, for rape type of activity.
If your daughter
or sexual
was in that
offender
situation, would you want that rule to be increased? Did
she get a policy? Did she get a college paid for?
I don't
want to hear her come cry to me if she bought a condo.
Right? This is the thing. Your daughter is who your daughter is.
Standard got to be across the board.
Don't try to make it seem like your daughter was taken advantage of. If Kobe called my daughter and my daughter go, I know. If you don't have to tell me. Like I said, that's Bill Cosby.
What you saying? It's okay for you to coerce somebody's daughter into taking a pill.
See, you making it seem like he took advantage of kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait,
even a grown woman.
Wait a minute. You saying daughter like he was fucking with children. He fucking with grown women. Don't say daughter. Because if you're adult,
I understand.
If you're adult, if you call a woman from your phone and say, come through, she should know what's up. This is not no game.
Hey,
I'm Bill Cosby, man. Like I said, Kobe was accused of rape. Tyson, I'm Mike Tyson.
Bro.
I'm Kobe.
Hey, and you can't say I'm rich. I ain't gotta rape no bitch. You can't say that. Like you can't say that. Even though I know he probably was thinking it. Like why I gotta rape anybody?
Why?
I'm Mike Tyson. And they even did. I put it like this. I take it back. They did one thing. One girl was saying that she'd been taken care of, and they said, all right, where did this take place? So they gave the whole scenario, like, all right, this took place at his apartment, this property. They did the calculations. She didn't walk the abundance amount of steps to get there. Like, she walked from the parking garage, from the street, up 18 floors, the elevator. I mean, it was just appalling to say you didn't want to go there. And if they caught her on camera, I'm sure she was strolling at her own free will.
But I just heard you say, hold on, I just heard you say, Bill Cosby, that's my dad. How many people you think Bill Cosby thought that about? That's why everything was discreet. You never caught Bill with holding people's hand, bringing them to the room. No, they knew. It's me. What's up? I'm at the house. You're gonna have to park over there. You're gonna have to come meet me. They knew.
So you knew it. They knew what it was gonna be.
Come on, man.
Hey.
Now, like I said, since they opened up that Pandora's box and all these side women think that they can get something off somebody once they dump them. Like, say, for instance, Bill been taken care of for 3 years. Now Bill done found somebody newer and younger. I'm done with that one I had 3 years ago. Not those are people that's talking. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you ain't want to take care of me for the rest of my life? No, you was only good for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Now that I get rid of you and I got me a new batch, don't nobody talk about you.
No, I'll put it like this. I feel like a new batch came in every decade. You know what I'm saying? Because you go look at all the shit you had you 8 to 10 in the 60s, had you 8 to 10 in the 70s, had you 80s, 90s. Oh, he started slowing down in the 2000s because, his fame was dwindling. Yeah. He was old.
Come on.
So, I mean, it's only so much you really can tell me that about this. But on a serious note, about the justice system in general, kind of I went to a little thing today. I wish we could have had dude Dieter Cantu. He one of the people of the Texas Organizing Project. And what he's like, I think he probably like a little bit like around my age, a little bit younger. And he was just riding the car with some people, got 10 years. Damn. You wouldn't even tell by looking at him. Yeah, joyriding. I guess I don't know exactly what they did, but got 10 years. End up serving 4. Got out and was on 6 years probation, and
he's been convicted of.
I think it was like I think when you're a minor, you get like armed robbery. I think it's like what they call aggravated robbery or aggravated assault, and the people that he was in a car with bailed out and got sent away and got out. But as being a minor with this same type of felony, you don't do that. That's like you got like a mandatory, like a couple years and stuff like that, and that's how you end up getting the 10 years. Yeah. But I was just like, just by being an accomplice and just that, I didn't know, just by only Houston justice system, they deny a lot of bail for not only adults. We hear about that all the time, but how in every youth case, every 10 days that's a youth that's in custody is supposed to get reviewed every 10 days because they have to show good reasoning on why you should be ripped away from your home life and not be in the system because they know what they do to kids. So every 10 days, you're supposed to come up in front of a judge, go through the process, and they say, hey, why are you keeping him here? Yeah. And they do that. But with Houston, they just say, oh, nah, we don't know. We're going to keep him here. Just go back. And they keep people in jail for months, year. And sometimes you don't even get no court case. You don't have no whole trial. You just keep getting reset. And so I'm just like, man, it's a lot of things that we need to get doing in our justice system, not to mention even the 95% people that plead.
Yeah.
There's people that don't even get a chance to even go to a court or a jury of your peers. Mm-hmm. They literally say, hey, we're going to give you a bunch of years. You better plea out. A lot of people getting 5-10 years and they ain't do nothing. Yeah, but they just scared.
I be watching. They got this little series on Netflix how the prosecutors be doing to people.
Right.
And it's like every episode I watch, the person wrongfully accused. You know what I'm saying? They come up and they hit them with the same shit you like. Hit them with a bag of lies, and the dude just be so tired of it. They just be like, man, fuck it. Give me 3 years or whatever the plea was.
They be tired.
I didn't even do nothing. But fuck it, I do this 5. I can do 5.
See, but you ain't got no money to bail yourself out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no money to bail yourself, and really, you supposed to be able to bail yourself out like on your own recognizance. You're supposed to be like, but Texas deny everything. But I'm saying non-violent, most of the people that's in Harris County is for non-violent, mostly possession charges. So you're supposed to be able to say, hey, I'm good, I'm going to show up. But they don't do that. In order to get that money, they do that bail. You got to go this. And we don't even know that even the public defenders that we do have now, the judges pick them based on people that give to they contributions to their campaigns. So, like, hey, give me some more of them young folks. Donate to your campaign. Guess what? I'm gonna send them straight to jail anyway. So you getting a public defender that's in the pocket of the judge, that's in the pocket of the justice system, that's in the pocket of the prison system. Yeah. So it's a whole bunch of stuff that we can do, and a lot of things that we always try to give a solution. Is I'm thinking about we have to put together like a comprehensive calendar that somebody is always in the court watching this stuff, because you can go in there and watch. And a lot of times they said just the other day the Texas Organizing Project was in the jail the other day trying to see these type of cases. And guess what? They held the case in court inside of the jury room where nobody else can see it because they knew that the crazy shit that they had going on, they didn't want nobody seeing that. So I'm like, the only way that we got to combat this stuff is we put a calendar on the wall and everybody sign in. You know, not saying you got to go spend your whole off day there, but give it a couple hours just to let them know, hey, we here watching your ass. You know, at everything that we do, and it's enough of us to do.
Would it be just a regular stranger, or he would have to be pretty
be
knowledgeable about the system?
You don't have to be knowledgeable about the system. We just need somebody that's gonna be there. Maybe we wear all the same group shirts where they know who the hell we are, and like we see them every damn day. Because that's what it's gonna take. I mean,
is that only in Houston, or are you trying?
No, I mean right now we got to start somewhere. And, you know, I'm sure this not just only happening in Houston, but we in Houston. So
it's gonna take a whole lot for the simple fact that it's a business. You know what I'm saying? They don't look at it as trying to convict,
rehabilitate.
Trying to make sure that this person get on the straight and narrow. It's more like we can hold them in here 10 days. If we keep them in here 10 days, it's gonna be $30,000. So you know, why don't we just push the paper back? That's what I feel like it is.
It is, but it's only because we're allowing it. We're not. If we was there present in a court every day, guess what? We would draw attention to them putting shit in the jury room. Like, how long would they be allowed to do that? Like, more people keep saying that, you know, but nobody's in these cases in courts are empty.
It was before us though.
Oh, for sure.
Even if we go out there, it ain't gonna change shit. That's the problem. The problem is, like I said, it's an inside job. Like, we've been beat down forever.
But if we not there, what
since
can
the
we
beginning,
do?
right?
You know what I'm saying?
So I think the system is a little bit too thick to jump on it and tackle that. I think a better solution to tackle sooner would be to educate as many young people. I mean, fresh out of middle school, probably fresh out of elementary school, and start educating them on actual legal system and how it's supposed to go. By freshman year, if you're taking civics, you should know.
But I'm saying, you know
what type of charges could be brought up against you on average, as seen, especially a young black man in your neighborhood. How should that system go? Well before you encounter your first police officer.
You knowing it don't help you, because it was a lady that gave an example, and she said her own son was the same thing, and she went there every day, and the judge just said no.
Yeah, I mean, like,
so what do you do to that? So you can know the information all you want, but until enough people is involved, right?
No, I mean, even if we get the prosecutor that have each individual of the United States in mind, even if we go by you're innocent until proven guilty, you're innocent until you're proven guilty. Even if they did that, how long do you think that prosecutor will have a chance in court? Every time that good prosecutor presents himself in the courtroom, don't you think everybody is making sure they try to get him out? That's like a good teacher at a bad school.
You mean prosecutor, or you mean like the public defender?
The public defender. If
they let them stay there. They just don't give them.
No, what I'm saying is, if I was a public defender and I'm really fighting to get you free, how long would the judge allow me to continue to be here, knowing every time that I come up in here, I'm fighting for this dude?
No, they would allow you to be there, but they just limit your cases. That's what
I'm saying. No cases. You ain't got no work. You ain't got no voice. That's what I'm saying.
But this go on because there's nobody there to oversee them. You know what I'm saying? They don't do it.
People can I don't think the people have the power to police the court system.
Yeah. If I put it like this: when you see them and they doing stuff like that, when top or whatever organization that they with, they are just regular people volunteering or working or whatever. So they not extra. They see people like that.
What numbers? What results do you see from top?
I mean, me personally, I know they do a lot of stuff for us, going out there to the prisons and helping the education. For us moving the needle on stuff, I just haven't done enough research on to know, especially on the whole prison system as a whole anyway. But I don't know how long they've been around either. So, you know, another thing is like, I'm not saying that we're going to change it right away or even in the next couple years or 10, 20 years down the line. But what I'm saying is, a lot of this stuff we think they would do in our face, but they not doing in our face. They're doing it in the dark because we're not paying attention and we're not there. And a few people that are, it's just not enough. You know what I'm saying? So how can we bring more attention to where people are going to care about this
Bring
stuff?
the attention to who? Because before you even think about bringing attention, all right, that's fine.
You saying people won't care about criminals? That's what you're trying to say?
No, who can police the court system for any? Because this is one thing. There's a whole bunch of other things in which organizations, court system being an organization,
Right.
are not totally abiding by federal guidelines on how whatever system is supposed to be, whatever court system is supposed to be,
Right.
whatever federal agency system is supposed to be,
Right.
and whoever's running it currently is not doing that. There's
Right.
currently no policing, no enforcement to ensure that stuff is being done right.
Right.
So before you can even think about, all right, bringing attention to it, all right, everybody has attention. Everybody know, now what? Who could actually do something about it?
And I don't think nothing is going to change until they actually punish the people that do wrong.
You're right.
See, the thing about it is, starting from the top, if I walk out of here and see a pedestrian beating another pedestrian, he wrong, he going to jail, he can get arrested for assault. But just because I'm a police officer, I can go beat somebody, I'm totally wrong, and nothing happens to me.
They
If
just
that's
ain't beating the
cycle-
right people.
It's no such thing as not beating the right people, because they didn't beat any type of person.
Oh, I feel you. Yeah.
But nothing ever happens. So it's like
Hey, they better not come this way.
we're not
You're
talking
right.
about
You get
we're not talking about you
laid
defending.
out.
But we're not
I
talking
got a lot
about
of
you.
family in law
HPD.
enforcement. I
We're
would
not
find
talking about you
True.
not defending yourself. But you liable to get beat and nothing happens to the person that did it, even though he wrong.
Because
he totally wrong for
because
assaulting you.
The government has placed more authority over the officers enforcing the law. No, enforcing that. They give them the discretion to do whatever they need to do to enforce the law. That's one. The law is going to be on the law's side. Period.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not for us. I said this before. Just like there are good and bad people, there are good and bad people with great occupations or good occupations.
Mm.
Just like you can be a good person, I can be a bad person. Growing up, you can get a good job, I can get a good job. The way I treat people is totally different from the way you treat people.
Correct.
If I'm treating somebody wrong, no matter the position I'm in, I'm wrong. How am I supposed to tell you wrong for assaulting somebody? But I go out just because I'm a police officer and put my foot on somebody's neck.
That don't matter.
I mean,
that don't matter.
That's the
Whoever
hypocrisy
has-
of the job.
That's what I'm saying. Whoever has the actual, when you say actual power, meaning they can actually do something to you and you can't do nothing about it, that's how you know you are powerless and they have the power. So if a police officer can come and do that to you, you can't do anything about it. It lets you know the power system. It is proving that, and they have to do it at all costs to ensure this government system, the business of ruling people, stays intact. That's period. So it has to do that. Now, in terms of us trying to get it or defeat it, it's like you can't until you get something or somebody to police it.
You got to get rid of everybody.
Okay, so how do you get rid of
You
everybody?
can't. That's why I say.
I mean, even voting them out. Like,
that's why I say it's
gonna get some of the same motherfuckers.
Yeah,
sometimes.
some of the same type, because you never know how many devil in disguises, so they say, like they say, the saying. But like I said, it's good and bad people. A lot of people, everything that we do in America is based off wealth. We don't try to do nothing. That's why the jobs like teaching and supporting kids, they don't pay.
What?
But you can be
So
a
they
drug
strike
dealer.
everywhere.
You can be a drug dealer and doing harm to the community, getting big bread.
But that you can't compare the two. You cannot compare a drug dealer whose product it sells itself by addiction. Right? The drug, all he has to do is deliver it rather than a teacher. So I'm saying
good.
like, it's good. Like he's winning by the product. So you can't compare that between the actual like teacher.
I think it's more the circumstance of
I'm
the
not
situation.
talking about comparing the occupation.
I mean, it's a whole much
I'm
lot
talking
more
about.
product than
I'm talking about the purpose and the residuals you get back from doing what you do. You look at society. The United States, we don't care about people. The United States does not care about people. Everything that the United States do is about money. They don't care about rich people. They care about the money.
I mean, it's the rich people that's ruling.
They care about labor.
They can care less about who doing it. They just care about is it coming in. We just want the lines. We just want the money to keep coming in. When that man die, his family do the same thing. They cool with it.
All right, so
they cool. They don't care about the person.
Actual person.
It's about
the actual
yeah.
The citizen. They
So
care
when
about the
we-
citizen,
so when we-
not the person.
So when we get down back to the nitty gritty, the justice system. So do you guys mainly think it should be something that you don't think it's something that can be policed by the people right now? You think that's something that it has to be organically grown through for years and years through the system and dismantled to a degree? I would say that.
I go first on this one. I think we're gonna have to be on some Jesus shit if you believe in that.
I don't.
Because white people appointed themselves as ruler, as king.
For sure.
You know, so they made sure that throughout their lives and right now that every one of them are put in situations to be successful, and we will be down to nothing, and we have to get it how we live.
Right.
If it has to be redone over, and the right person has to have us in mind. This, like I said, this land was created to do what? Be ran. Oh, I run this. It was 13 colonies. Oh, don't come over and mess with my shit. You stay over there and do your shit.
The
you know what I'm
sovereign
saying?
land.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm sorry. Like everything was okay. How can I get my stuff more profitable than the Johnson plantation?
I mean, you got to think about it. They came over here, all the stuff that they was fleeing too. You know, they was fleeing religious prosecution. They was trying to come over here for their own capitalistic wealth.
Don't compare the earlier settlers running away from turmoil to the mid 1800s, in which a lot of the races,
that was two different.
Two different
eras.
When they totally opened up the Americas, there's North America and South America, and said, "Hey, Europe, we need more white people over here to empower the white people to overpower the natives here." Right. That was 1800s, in which that was systematically done.
So that should already tell you how many black people was here. So at any point in time, so they hadn't shipped us over nowhere. A lot of people was already here. They say between that time, 1619 when we first landed here, 1621 all the way to 1790, they said they brought over 10 million slaves here. I just can't see you bringing as many more slaves than people that you all occupy the land.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think we were already here, and that's why it was that big influx of the 1800s of people being like, hey, we need more of y'all here because we really got established.
Correct.
That's how we got taken over and a lot of other things. So.
Exactly. That's 1800s when it was full on. Every white person was racist. But even more so, you got to take it to they were racist towards each other back then until that late 1800s, early 1900s, where everything comes into just generally white people. Now
they slowly let them into their whiteness.
Correct. It's just white against black and what have you. But yeah,
if we did try to do it now, I definitely see it being a racist issue for the simple fact that, think about it, we try to overthrow the judicial system right now. Who gonna do it?
You can't.
Black folks. No,
Yeah,
what I'm saying is
nobody other. We the only other. We're 45 million strong.
Wait, follow me what I'm talking about.
All right.
If we did that, then what you think gonna happen after that? The white folks gonna try to come back and knock the niggas off the podium.
No,
so it's gonna be a race war. That's why it has to be.
True. In that type of hypothetical situation, that would be true. It would have, even before that, there would be some type of racial war or conflict in order for that to happen. So it's like that. It couldn't happen because we don't have the power to do so. Like the people that have the power, the army, is actually more integrated and stick to the rule.
That's where it would become complicated because I want to know what our sisters and brothers would do.
Wait a minute. I'm not talking about us going
in those places.
No, but you got to think about the higher ups.
Wait,
a bunch of black higher ups.
I'm not talking about us going in there with guns and telling them to get the fuck on. I'm saying, I'm not talking about that.
True coup.
I'm talking about from a standpoint to where we got our shit together and we all moved in and pushed them out. It's gonna be some race. It's gonna be a race.
That's what a war would be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a race war because all of a sudden
they wouldn't allow you to. They strangled us through policy and
I'm not saying that we're not allowed to do nothing. I'm just saying we have the ability to do it, and we've done it. Right. Now you're gonna have a lot of black people at the top, and then if a black person do something wrong, we're gonna be letting them black people get off the hook. You just see what I'm saying? It's gonna be a flip flop. Yeah, that's it. It's just gonna be a flip flop. It's gotta be done right with everybody in mind. No, there's no doubt in my mind that there's a lot of people that's still racist.
I mean, I had somebody say the other day, if you think about it, back in history, think all the way back, white people only really been in rule for a short period of time.
In different areas, white people ruled
sure.
Europe since been. But
I mean,
the
you
world
gotta think about
is big, so they don't rule
big
everything.
and old.
Even now, they don't rule everything. So I'm saying it's like
it's kind of a system, isn't it? I'm not saying they rule anything. The elite and rich
and that's
rule
what I mean.
a lot of stuff.
But there's still,
the name.
They just happen to be at that point in time that kind of started this system. They were white.
Yeah.
So they
That's
are they are the majority of the richest.
The front, and that's what I mean about the trench. It's not about the names. It's about, like I said, it's about the rut. Exactly like you're saying. They didn't care. The Rockefellers. That's the only thing you know. How many of them still in that situation?
They changed names. People got married.
Yeah.
And I don't believe once you get to that point in wealth, I don't even think they
It's
want
not
people to
about the
really
name.
know who they
Exactly.
are anymore.
It's never about the name.
I know we probably don't go to school with these people. We probably don't see them at no mall. They probably run in a whole different realm of circles.
As long as they doing what we need them to do, we good. When he die, he leave it to his son. We don't care.
I mean,
is your son gonna be the same thing? Okay.
One of the dudes got 9 or 10 heart transplants. It's illegal to really have more than 2.
Right?
One of the Koch brothers.
Yeah, that's why I say don't put organ donor on your license.
Yeah, right.
I know, y'all. They come to find you, sir.
Yeah, right. Anything happen. Anything happen.
All right, we'll go to the next one. We probably what you got in your turn? Yeah,
I mean, pretty much continuing on with the same topic almost. Because I like where you're going with that last question, even though I ain't really get the answer, but I forgot the question though.
Yeah, me too.
But it kind of like
it was off the dome.
You said what you think about how do you think it can be restructured? Like, what do you think about the law being what it is? And
Correct.
Do you ever think we can?
Let me answer that real quick before we go into the next segment. To be restructured, right? I think it would need to. Of course, there's voting. You could try and vote them out. But for it to go our way, to get the people in, we would need to be unified on a front to vote the people in. Currently, we're too divided. Therefore, the people that get in are the ones that are voted in. Hence, your judges and sheriffs. It's because they won the votes.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, somebody said here, it's just a separation because the rich make the separation because they need to in order to keep your riches.
And therefore, the power. So, you got the numbers. You got to be unified on the front. You need your money. Right, so it's a full systematic thing that needs to be dealt with just to handle that one thing. You kind of got to tackle a whole bunch of other things, almost like a key system. It's not just one switch you got to trigger. It's a whole bunch. All of them at the right precise level.
1, 2, 3, push.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So it's like you got to do that. But even more so, specifically for the court systems, in order to get those guys out, you would have to track them a whole lot more vigilantly and in more detail. I see a lot of the data on this judge's cases has a whole lot of holes in a whole bunch of cases that would prove him to be biased in a certain way. If you could catch that data, you can use it against them. Because, hey, these are the rules, and this is what you've been doing.
See, but how do you catch that data if we ain't there?
This
is where my system come into play.
So
us actually being there, and what we do, we create a sheet of questions that people answer while they're there.
But that's what I asked you, whether those people will have to be very knowledgeable, and there has to be some type of tracking system.
We can do training. We can have a tracking list, and all we give
not a tracking.
Even with that being said, we can do all of that. Get right there, and that one person that don't want this shit to happen can shred the paper and throw it in the trash or look the other way. Because
that's why we got to be economic.
You're dismissing democracy.
I'm not. This is what I'm saying because it's happened. We can do everything right. Be there. Get the paper signed. They're like, Judge, do you know so and so and so and so trying to get this stuff, the right way? You can say the right way in a certain way, and they know what you're talking about. Are we talking about them? And then that the person that you want to get the eye can be like, go trash that. We not there. That's what I'm talking about. See, when you talking about we need to be there, we know we need to be there. That person that says they did everything right, man, you wrong. let's sentence this dude, or let's convict him, or get him away from us because he's doing the wrong thing.
But what I'm saying is,
you're talking about a police officer or what have you to the courts.
What I'm saying, we got to stop being reactionary and we got to start being proactive on some of this stuff. So think about if this judge been doing that stuff for 10 years. But if we been in there if we been in there from the day one, then it's only so much they can do. We like, hey, we caught it at year 2.
Or you're starting tomorrow, unless you started a long
back
time
then.
ago.
I can only start when I start. We can only start when we start.
So exactly. So you start reactionary, and then you can try to be proactive after,
right.
after
If
that.
you went in,
sure. I get that.
Trying to do the right thing right now. Huh? If you went in trying to do the right thing right now, like I said, they just gonna push you to the side. Now, instead of you being in there watching the case, you working in, I'm trying to do the right thing. Now, instead of you working in the courtroom or whatever trying to do the right thing, now they gonna make sure, you scheduled at so and so and so and so at this time every day. But now you out of the building.
They can't stop you from being there though.
He said they can try to systematically organize you out of the building, so you won't even be there.
They can't organize you out.
What I'm talking about is the people being there, is the people in those positions. I'm talking about you was there in that position to be at the courtroom to make sure.
You gotta remember to get those type of positions in Texas. Like it will be a long time before you see a black governor in Texas.
If we can't,
you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't have to be a long time to get a black governor.
You
need more black bodies, more spread out.
So and we not in there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. How it's zoned and stuff like that, we would not.
You could get
they rezone a lot of
Latino
stuff.
Governor in Texas pretty soon. Latino governor. That's pretty soon. So I mean, black folk could be not too
Ted Cruz. I can't even know if I'm gonna call him Latino.
But even like I said, even if we did
Anglo Latino,
even if we did that one person, like I said, they can do little stuff to make sure. Like I said, they've been doing it forever. All
right.
Bill Cosby talking about he want to buy NBC. Now all of a sudden. People talking about rape from the 60s. You see what I'm saying? Like little shit like that.
But what I'm saying is we got to shed light on everything that we can shed light on. And if being in the courts, we can say, hey, we starting to see this judge that been doing this stuff for 10 years. And now we just seeing it every day. We making reports every day. We got 365 sheets
but see, this is what I'm saying.
This dude doing the wrong thing, all documented, date. Timestamp. That makes a difference.
This is what I'm saying, Lord.
It does make a big difference.
This is what I'm saying, though.
The source has to be trusted.
Hold on, look at what I'm saying. Okay. So, with all that being said, who are you reporting that to? That's what I'm talking about.
It's organizations that's already in place.
Who are you reporting to?
To like, all right, I get what you're saying.
So, okay, you go up in there, you say, damn, I was up in here on the first, he was doing this. I'm in here on the third, he doing it again. You got all this stuff. We doing everything right. We there.
We only got a black male. I hope
who do we give this information to?
Yeah, you can't give it directly to the mayor. That's not his job.
But I'm saying you can't
give it
directly.
But who is supposed to?
I understand. But if we keep making him aware, answer
the question. Who do we give this information to?
I mean,
is it the judge? Is it the?
I'm not the lawyer. I'm sure people that's in those circumstances, in those places, I'm sure we can pass it up here and we can get it filed between different law cases. But that's when I go get the lawyer people and deal with them.
Now follow me. This is what I'm saying. Now we do everything.
Nah, they trash that.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know, I get what you're saying. But guess what? We gonna get 365 more.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying.
What you mean?
It don't matter.
We gonna go and get 365 more, and then if they strike that down, we'll get 365 more.
It don't matter how hard you work if your hard work is not paying off.
Look, this is not.
That's the reason why we're not there.
No. This is not nothing that's gonna take no money.
No.
Just take a couple hours
a day. We know that
is money.
But if
Lord, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, Lord.
Each person.
That's the reason why we not there.
Right.
We had them people at the bottom trying to fight through all this bullshit,
right?
And get all the way up there, and they push them back again.
But they ain't laying out.
I'm not gonna keep doing this. Just like how you said, we're gonna get 350 signatures the first time. If they trash, we're gonna get 350 more. I guarantee you, the third one ain't gonna be 350.
I'm talking about not. We're not getting signatures.
No, I'm just saying, getting documented, getting everything.
Document everything.
350 documents that say that he was wrong. I guarantee you, the third time it ain't gonna be 350. Cause some people they gonna stop coming.
Yeah.
I done did this 2 times, man. They steady fucking us. They always do it like this, and that's what when I say we need to be there. That's what I'm talking about. Like after we do the work, the person that we hand it to needs to be somebody with us in mind.
Correct.
As far I'm talking about as us meaning.
So you talking about voting in local elections is what you're talking about.
Yeah, correct. Because
that's what matters.
Currently within the system, that's the only person who could enforce it. So it drives back to voting, in which you got to be relentless.
I mean, you can always go to you got your city council people, you got everything. You can hold those people accountable.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They go in re-election every 2-3 years.
Yeah,
so that stuff and like I say, building our first app and stuff like that. These are the things that we put in place to make those changes. Don't get me wrong. I've been living in Third Ward all my life, and I can't tell you no past council member before Dwight that they got right now.
Sheila Jackson Lee.
So it's a lot of things in it, and I'm not saying it was just my awakening. So now I'm awoke now, and now I'm paying attention to all this local stuff and who's over what. If I knew this back in the day, then that would have been a whole different story of knowing voting. Because other than this year and a couple years ago, I had never voted in a local election.
As kids, you have no reason to.
It ain't.
The reason is only 10,000 people really vote, and if students voted, that would make a big difference.
It ain't the voting. That's why, man. It's like
it's voting.
It's more than that.
It's more than that, but it's that too.
All right, when it goes back to the key thing, yes, it's not just voting. It's a whole slew of things.
What was it? What
it's hard for somebody I couldn't connect it to the root.
The year they allowed us to vote was 1891, right?
Nah,
1861.
Vote?
No, vote.
Yeah.
1965.
1961?
1965.
1965. We were so happy to vote.
20 years after.
But we were so happy to vote when they gave us the right to. But then there were stimulations.
Oh yeah, black codes and a whole bunch of
no.
That was before that. I'm thinking about
1965 was
that's after that. I'm thinking about
everything.
I'm thinking about 1865 was when they first freed black codes and stuff like that.
But they put all of these stimulations away. The woman asked you questions, and she decided that if you voted or not.
Correct.
They came up with all type of stuff. Made you name all the governors.
So and then if you didn't know or you hesitant, you failed. Okay, so we went from, because you can't tell me that we didn't vote when they let us vote.
Oh, they voted,
right?
In some places.
In some places. So now it's it's the same thing I'm talking about. We've been going out there, we've been trying to do the right thing, we've been trying to vote, they've been kicking us down. Now it's to the point to where man, fuck voting. You know what I'm saying? Because
it hasn't worked.
It hasn't worked for us. We've been trying to do it, and it's a whole other topic, but the only thing that we sticking strong to is fucking
But I put it
religion.
like this. We keep sticking to people like Sheila Jackson Lee, and to be honest, she don't do nothing.
She don't do nothing.
She the reason why North Forest and a lot of other places closed. I'm gonna say
careful of your lips.
I don't care. I ain't going out for no politics, and I don't plan on to. So if you don't do shit for the black community and you damaging it right now, you damaging it. That's what it is. Nobody should be elected in that same position for over 30 years. You unproductive.
And then right. And that's the thing. If I do vote, it's guaranteed I'm voting for somebody that ain't helping me, that ain't helping the community. Sheila Jackson Lee been doing her thing in Houston since I'm 33 years old.
I'm not saying she never done nothing good. I'm not gonna say she never done nothing good.
I'm not saying
I know a lot of stuff, but I put it like this.
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm just using her as an example. I'm not saying that she's
I
terrible.
just wanted to say that for sure.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Hey, look, I'm not. Yeah,
because I know you.
You have your right to your opinion.
That's why I had to clean it up too. I ain't saying that. I'm just using her as an example because, like I said, since I've been in Houston. Since I've been in Third Ward, that's the only one that I can recall off the top of my head.
People just vote off of
exactly.
Right.
So 9 times out of 10, I vote for somebody that's not gonna help the community. I was raised on Alabama. I ain't never seen Sheila Jackson Lee over there. I ain't never seen her give out turkeys. I ain't never seen her do that. I ain't never seen that.
That's a different district, though, right?
No, she ain't she Third Ward.
Nah, that's I think she changed around, but I don't know which one is hers. Right now, it's like Dwight Boykins.
Okay, I ain't never seen them out there doing nothing for us. I feel.
They doing a lot more now than they did back in the past.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, not Sheila Jackson Lee. I'm talking about I can speak for Dwight.
And what I've noticed of a lot of stuff, it's only because of social media that you start to see a lot of stuff. But even more so, like back then, like they would do stuff, but even a whole bunch of neighborhoods, like across the nation, people would do stuff, you would never hear about it. Just because you didn't hear about it doesn't mean they didn't do anything.
I'm saying from the perspective of me being there, I ain't seen it.
We only been there all our lives, and to be honest, there's no real positive change. Only thing that happened in Third Ward is dwindling. You see what's going on right now. If they was actually helping the community, it wouldn't be gentrification going on right now.
I went to Blackshear, I went to Ryan, I went to Yates, and I went to TSU. Mm-hmm. I ain't never seen it.
Yeah, I mean, we only been there. We look. They haven't helped out our schools. They haven't helped out our community centers.
They help out at a much higher level. See, y'all low level.
High level.
That's some low level.
We the future. We the future.
You don't deal with your guys.
And see, that's what I mean. And that's what I'm talking about the voting don't matter, because you can't tell me that my people wasn't voting to make sure that we get it. And the people that's in our community wasn't giving. They wasn't visible to me. Like when I say me, I mean all the people that I'm waking up to, poor next to in Third Ward.
And I know my parents ain't voting no local elections.
You know what I'm saying?
They wasn't reaching us.
At that point,
I went to Yates, went to Ryan, went to McGregor on the other side of the museum district. That was the first to be gentrified.
And when you go over there, it's totally different from being over there.
I went over there just today. I seen about 5 white people walking their dogs, exotic dogs.
It's totally different. And
it's check for them.
You can drive down Main
for sure,
and you can see how once you cross a certain intersection, OST turn into Main, right? Once you cross Kirby, OST OST turns into Main. Yes.
You mean when it turned like this? Once you get to the stadium?
Yeah. Once you get past Kirby, so you know when you on OST back here. It looked totally different from OSC. It's a different name now. It's Maine. And then it get way better.
Has been gentrified. That's all you need to know. Like even Pittsburgh, like nobody's hood from the 90s.
I'm gonna go to Pittsburgh.
But see, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If we vote,
got to see.
That's why I said the vote don't matter, because it's supposed to be representatives for each community, right? But the community has been the same.
Correct, and that's a lot of the voters' plight or complaints for sure. Hence, especially diving into the next topic and what have you, in which, what are we really doing as black folk, right?
Sure.
So we trying to, make change, what have you, like we just been talking about, trying to do strategy. What are we really heading towards? Because really, all right, voting and all of that, even if it worked in our favor, what does that really get us? Or what do we really want as the goal? What are we, our one? We trying to gain individual independence? Like, are you really just for yourself and your family? Like, there really isn't community, because you already know voting ain't gonna work. So you are only focused on you, do your job, make your money, buy your house, your land, and that's all you can do. You're gonna focus on that, because trying to take care of anything else bigger than that ain't really gonna work in your favor. 2, trying to unite on a collective front to defeat the system. That's me. All of us are coming together. We are going to beat this thing that has been beating us for so long. But we have to come together.
But see.
Or.
Okay, go ahead.
3, trying to attain our own sovereignty. Wakanda. Right? We ain't even going to, of course we're going to have to unite on the front, but it's not to defeat the system. We just leaving that system and getting our own. Yeah. Right? So I'm confused. Right? Because we can't do all 3. We're too small. So it's like, if we're trying to do all 3, we ain't gonna make it. So what are we really doing here is what I'm kind of confused on, because I see all of us going in these different directions, and we ain't making it.
I'll let you go. When we get, in order for us to get into the situations that we can get handed the paper, do the right thing with, we have to make money. The thing about it is, as soon as we start making money,
economic development,
we go to where the white folks at. You know what I'm saying?
But that's by necessity, like, because there is no. Because even me, I give you an example, right? At my level,
so far you can go with black people is what you're saying.
Correct, right? To where like most of the things, like there is no black-owned energy drink. I don't know any black-owned grocery stores.
Yeah.
Right. So by necessity, I have to do these things because it's just not there.
No, this is what I'm saying. I become successful. That's just one of the things that they teach us, man. Get out the hood.
Correct.
Of course,
but black people don't own the hood, so it's not a black-owned thing.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
Instead of us, trying to come together and form. Let me pull somebody up. Let me get them on the same level. Now we got 2 people making money that got control. Because like I said, that's all they care about. They don't really care about the face. Because if we were making a whole bunch of money, then we'll be in line.
That's true.
Just like most of the black people that's getting all the money.
Within a capitalistic system,
but,
that is the path.
But the thing about it is, they in the white folks line. That's the thing, because they gonna make sure that they getting their shit. Oh, you doing what we doing? Okay, you good.
They in the snack bar line. We in the regular line.
Exactly.
See, that's the Yates thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. But we got to get more people to get in line, but stay on track.
I mean, I find that most successful black folk still stay in line in a manner that you're
No, they stay on line, meaning the line, the white folks passing through here, everybody.
Right,
on track.
All right, how about this? But still, that's kind of, all right, that's I guess, circumstance within one of these things, what have you. But still, what are we trying to attain here? What are we trying to go? What are we trying to do? Because are you speaking on an individual thing? That's what it should be.
I'm saying, like I said, what we're saying, we need to be in a position to where our voice means something.
All right, so
rather than
a unite on a collective front to defeat this American system. That's what we as black folks should come together and defeat America to where all of this negative shit against black folks, especially what you've been seeing lately.
By doing what you like, I think you said one of the options was, I'm not trying to go to the judges and get all the corrupt people out. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to be wealthy, so my family, just like how they was making sure their family was doing what they needed to do, and they'll be taken care of for the rest of their life. See, it's a whole lot of us.
I'm more an individual, though.
See, I'm more than just family. Like, creative group economics and helping out the people is everything to me.
Wait. I'm not saying the family that, my sister, my mom, or my brother. I'm not talking about that. When they made sure that they were going to be okay, their family was everybody. If you were white, you were family. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
To a certain degree, because now it's like that. No, but back in the day, I'm talking about, when I say now, I mean most of the white people now. But back in the day, I understand what you're talking about, like Irish. It was a very segregated.
One family. It's like almost a tribal type thing. I mean, because your tribe is your family.
But because let's be honest,
I mean more than the black race. That's what I mean when I'm talking about.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. A whole lot of us, no matter what kind of information we get or what kind of resources we have, we all can't do it. So there's a lot of these. There's a lot of brothers that ain't capable of being there, and you probably like, bro, I don't need you over here. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I'm talking in the sense of all the people that want it, not in the sense of, oh, we're gonna go get Hobo Joe. We're gonna make sure Hobo Joe good, but Hobo Joe all he wanna do is smoke crack. No, we not fucking with him. We talking about the people. I
like how you say that. No, it ain't about what. It's just about what it is. Like, I got a dude that be at the gym all the time. He 83. He like, I'm an alcoholic, and I'm gonna be an alcoholic until God takes me.
I don't want him to be up there with me.
He like, I don't care what it is. He say, I'm go drink. I'm a drinker, and until God make it where I can't drink no more. That's the only way I'm gonna stop.
But you said he was at the gym, so he's functional. He's a functional
that boy will clean 500 pounds. He's like 84.
He a strong alcoholic.
And if he quit, he'll probably die pretty much on that Amy Winehouse thing. So
quitting.
But the thing about it is, I don't want the dope fiends and the people that don't want to see us successful.
I see. They're not really don't want to see, but they're kind of they're zombies. They can't really
that's
do
what
what
I mean. Right. When I say family, I ain't talking about just this circle. I'm talking about.
All right, so the tribal thing. All right, I'm gonna have to put that more to the individual thing because it's still not a collective group to take over the system.
Yeah.
What about you?
With me?
Yeah.
I mean, I told you I'm about economic development. So when it comes to, don't get me wrong, I want to beat the system, but like you say, I don't feel like we're there yet. I feel like before we get there, we have to be economically sound in our money. Everything that we do as far as solidarity as black people, as much as we can. We want to have those stores where we don't have to travel outside of our communities. Once we get to that point, then we can really move on everything else.
All right, so you said you're for the collective thing, but to even do the collective thing, you have to focus on the individual thing.
I mean, so you can all do it. I can do it all at one time. Why I have to choose? My individual goals and money striving, guess what? I'm trying to bring the group with it. Everything that I do, I'm thinking about in group group economics.
Okay.
When it comes to real estate,
I can
everything
feel
can
what
be
you're
done
saying.
in groups.
In the collective, you got to
Exactly.
still take care of yourself.
Exactly.
But you're still collective.
So I'm gonna be good.
So there's still
live all my
individuals
talents.
who will do the
I'm
collective.
good by getting my talents and trying to help other people along because I'm gonna survive no matter what.
And that's what I mean. But I'm like I said, I'm being honest. I'm not reaching back for a bum. I'm not reaching in a bum in the sense of somebody that don't want us to progress.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I'm gonna put this because y'all both reaching towards a collective. All right, so I say trying to unite on a collective front. You saw the results of what happened in the Alabama or Mississippi elections. Was it last year or the year before?
What you talking about?
Which what?
You talking about the dude, the pedophile dude that got?
No. Yeah, the pedophile dude, but he lost.
Yeah.
So the winner, right? And it was mainly a whole bunch of black folk got together and majority, by and large, voted.
And got
He didn't win. It's not like he got voted out. Or was he voted out?
Who?
Moore.
Oh yeah,
he was voted
in.
out.
He wasn't voted. He
wasn't in before. He
was in the
win.
race
All right,
and he lost.
So still, but you see that collective power.
He's
And we
suing
say,
his accusers.
To do that, just like in the early 1930s, after the stock market crash and FDR, like he came, they voted him in. Right. By and large, I mean 95% of the black vote, which is the Democratic vote, is who put that man in office.
But
and you see that time after time to where once we are fully united, not fractionally united, not 60%, 40%, which we are now, a 80% to 90% collective united front is what's going to get you the power you need. So when you talk about that collective thing, is it actually possible? Because what y'all brought up at the same time you wanted, but brought up points that actually can't happen.
I mean, I'm trying to put in the systems in place that can try to make that happen. But I'm glad you brought up Roy Moore because on the flip side, just real quick, he's suing his accusers of the rape stuff. So instead of like Bill Cosby going to jail for it, he said, "Forget that. I'm gonna counter sue, and I'm gonna sue you."
Exactly. See, but those factors would fear you, especially if you don't have no money, you got to pay for a lawyer.
For sure.
So if they didn't have the visibility of that type of case, they would actually lose out off of intimidation alone. So you see, like
you can, but the difference between kind of what Roland, I am reaching back for Bum Joe, but after Bum Joe showed me that ain't what he want again. Then I'm gonna move on. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all doing the wrong things with Bum Joe. Because if you really cared about Bum Joe, you already know. Look, there's a few issues. There may be some mental issues. There may be some drug issues. Kidnap that man. Get him from whatever it is, and you heal that man. If you actually care, then bring him back to you.
Some people don't want to be healed like the dude.
Exactly.
We don't want to be
That's what I'm about to say.
He's like, wherever you bring me, bring the alcohol.
But he's functional. He doesn't need to be healed. And anybody who's not functional,
he don't know it yet.
Let you.
I got you.
Just like I said, it's not about the face.
He a bum
all day.
He did say he a bum. He sleep under the bridge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not about the face.
Yeah.
It's not about the face. Remember, like I said, it's about the people that's going in the direction that I want them to.
But you
I'm
need
not saying
a large number.
Hold on, this is what I'm saying.
If you trimming the fat, you ain't got enough meat or weight to do what
I'm
you
not
need.
saying, see, because you making it seem like we saying fuck the homeless people. That's not what we saying.
No,
I'm just whoever you're cutting off.
You talking about you? Because you
I'm
talking
about you're not maximizing
let me
your
finish.
numbers.
You started talking about don't just write Hobo Joe off. I'm saying if Hobo Joe not moving this way, Hobo Joe gotta stay.
Gotcha.
I'm not reaching back for him. If he, Lord say the man say, bro, I don't care what y'all do, I'm drinking.
Yeah.
I don't care what you didn't heard. I'm pretty sure you didn't heard all kind of stories. I don't care what happens. I'm smoking this rock. I don't care what happens.
But when you say that, it's like you don't care what.
You know what I'm saying?
That rock has the control, not that.
But no, that's what I'm saying.
You got to.
This is what I'm saying, sir. You can't put all that on me when you not putting the same effort that I'm putting into you.
Julius Wright said everybody can't go.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because just like how you said, like if you not putting forth the same effort, I'm trying to get you from my. Now if Hobo Joe get up and say, you know what, man, I'm done with this. I'm with you. then Hobo Joe, I can rock with Joe. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can rock with him. We can clean him up. We can do that.
Right.
But my nigga named Joe. We gotta change Hobo Joe to Hobo Luke or something. Change your white name. What that black name? Hobo Luke.
I'm just saying, shit, every black person knows somebody named Joe. I don't give a damn.
Right.
But if he decide to say, you know what, I'm with y'all. I'm gonna try to keep my habits. It's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna try. I can work with try. I can't work with you and you. I'm hitting this rock. I'm drinking this drink.
I got you on that. My only thing was like, all right, my goal is to, if you're doing that, you have to try and maximize your numbers. So cutting people off that you don't need is kind of minimizing, lowering your numbers. But that's fine. If you can't use them, you can't use them. Everybody can't go. And that's the truth of the matter.
I'd rather have 100 strong. I'd rather have 50 strong. Then, like I said, what's the point of going?
You got 50 strong,
no,
what have you?
Oh, this is what I'm saying. I'd rather have 50 people with me than 100 people that's going to be, when it's time to get shit get real, 40 people up and burning off on me. I'd rather have the 50 that's real with me.
No, then you got 60.
Yeah,
Now you say you got 100, then 40 run off. I was like, then you got 60.
No, I'm saying, no, I say I'd rather have those 50 people behind me and that's with what I'm going with than to have 100 people and then as soon as I get there, 40 of them gone. Like, no, I could have left with I could have just stayed with 60.
You get sidetracked. Because it's like, what are we really doing as backflow? So if we are in agreement, all right, that collective thing to defeat this system is a thing we need to do. And it has to be a collective group thing, right? We are currently just totally disregard Hobo Joe and all hobos. They are not in the equation. But the other fragmented sections of black folk, because right off the bat, you got Democrats and Republicans. Then you got independents, what have you. Then you got your class. You got your poor black folk Democrats. You got your rich Democrats, and you got your class levels in different zones. So it's like, but we're still not unified even on that front. And from what you guys were saying, it's like it can't get that.
It's got to start like this.
So that tribal thing ain't gonna get it. It has to be, again, a collective 85 to 95% of us going in one direction to get it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, like I said,
we can't get it.
Instead of us talking about it, this is what I mean by, like I said, stop worrying about going up in there, taking a white man down. A lot of black folks just spend their whole life trying to do that shit and fail. Instead of us talking about having a black-owned grocery store, these black successful people that's actually out there that got fucking money, start the store.
You know why they don't? I always say, man, there's one word. I want all y'all to remember this. There's one word. When you realize somebody ain't doing something, somebody ain't doing at the job, they won't let you do something, they got to be liable. I said Beyonce and stuff, they rip their award all the time, but she worried about Lemonade 3. Nothing against her. She making her money. But at the same time, you gotta be liable for stuff like that. You gotta be responsible. Look, starting a grocery store, they ain't something that you just gonna let go. And to be like, all right, y'all handle that.
Yeah.
Nah. You could.
But that's the thing. We gotta
Will it
start it. We gotta start it
properly.
We gotta start it. Everybody, let me tell you, we've been here, supposedly, we were brought over here, but we've been here, right? We can't go to the bank and get no loan for the store.
If have a certain
hold on, wait a minute. But Habib can come over here and don't even speak English.
Hey, check it. I need to let y'all know that a lot of Habibs, when they come over here, no disrespect to them, that they have a sponsor from there over here. Like, there's a few stories. There's a very rich guy that
economics.
That's what I'm saying. There's a very rich guy that I met. He lives in Dallas. I can't remember his name. He started a convenience store. And when he first came over to Houston, started out in Houston, went into Dallas and kind of took over. He started out in a gas station, sleeping in the gas station that his uncle owned. No, his uncle didn't give him any money. He just allowed him, paid him his paychecks, worked the hours, taught him the whole retail business. He fresh off the boat, learned this stuff. He slept in the gas station and worked in the gas station, so that's pretty much double employment. You always have an employee working the station. He's learning, so he's getting his education. You don't have to go to school. He's getting real live business right then and there. He's not staying in an apartment. He's living in the gas station, so he's saving rent and car money every day.
What's the point?
I'm just saying, he saved up and saved up and saved up and saved up just by being allowed and sponsored to where he started up his own gas station.
I asked you this real quick. Hold on. Let me ask you this.
Way more of that happens than you know of. Just because you don't know it
Hey.
A lot of that happens.
Yeah. How many?
Matter of fact, in groups, 4 or 5 at a time is what I found out actually.
Sharon, how many family members you got total that if you just number in your head?
My family is huge. It's more than 100. It's
I'm just saying.
What about you?
We just talking. You just say come up with a number. I'm just saying 100.
What about 100? All right. Do you think between your family you could raise 30 grand?
No.
No, probably not.
No.
That's how much a franchise usually costs to invest in.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not talking
None
about.
of us, a lot of people are not at that level. We don't have nobody giving. I understand
it's having the logic
to give
to actually do it.
But a lot of people, we don't have the people in our family to even start
we
the
don't have that
businesses
culture.
to know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You don't have that
It's
role
simple.
model
It
to
ain't.
look after and say, hey, this is how you do business all the time. Some people do.
The
A lot of people
situation
don't.
that you just said was Habib was sponsored. They had money already.
They already had money.
All of those situations don't be those situations.
The ones that are
Them
successful.
People, hold on, wait a minute. Them people that sleeping in that store, they jumped out. He ain't got that loan. Because if my uncle got money from overseas, I'm not sleeping in the store. I already got bread. I'm over here. Yes.
Culturally, that
No. You just said that they
Some of them
sponsored.
come over here and they be deep and they still live 9 to a house.
That's correct.
They got money.
But see,
That's
that's what
what
I'm
I'm saying.
saying.
They
So
came
that's
over
the type of
with-
sacrifices that
No,
some of them
I'm
do.
just-
I'm talking about every time you go to a corner store in the hood, Habib is in there. Every time. That man then got something from the government, a loan, no matter what you say,
That is
to
true.
get that store right there.
That is
Because
true.
they building these stores. This ain't no family owned gas station to where I saw other people in here at first, and then I watched this young man grow up in the store. It's not those situations. Them people come over here and get these loans, and we don't get them.
Right.
Because
Even
like I said,
Africans can get different loans.
Hey, but again, but you can't just
This
say,
is what I'm
oh,
saying.
they're getting it. There's a reason why they're coming over already with money.
No,
Come to
that's
find
not
out,
always the case.
Bullshit.
They become. You just said they come over here with 9 family members and
Now,
they sleep in one apartment.
we may
No,
not.
that's
I
not
feel like
one
this.
family
They still
over
have
here
money.
or there
I feel
with
like
money.
this. We may not be thinking about it as a large amount of money, but some of them come over here and they be like, "I'm broke." I have told them about, but they may have like 20 grand. That's
That's
more
not
than what
all-
the
That is
normal
true.
person got
Yo
here.
broke is
That-
different from
Yeah,
yo broke.
yeah.
But
I've heard
we
10,000 in a bank.
Yeah.
I'm broke.
We can't say that that's the case for everybody.
Oh, no.
You can tell.
Majority.
You can tell the store
Yeah.
that old dude is living in.
But I would say majority of the people.
Yes, you can.
But I would say majority of the people do come with some type of money. Not saying all of them. A lot of them still don't. Not saying they still don't get the loans. They still don't get the extra
There's a
stuff.
lot of ones that come
But
over
a
with
lot of them
money
come over
and
here.
get loans. They
Exactly.
get the loans because they got the money.
Right.
Now,
But
that's not always the case.
most of the
A lot of
time.
them-
Most of the
a
time.
lot of
Sheila Jackson Lee worked with a lot of Indian people, and that's how they got a lot of
Okay,
different
you
stores
can go
around
get a
Southern
loan for a store for something. Is not what y'all saying. But if
Not you.
That's my
Yeah.
point. You saying
We
that
know
they
that.
can come from overseas with something and
See,
get a
look,
loan,
I agree.
but I can have something
And still not get it.
and won't get the loan. Like when we was growing up, you can tell them stores that people was living in, right?
Okay, you're saying that there is a bias, and it's been fact. Stanford proved
That's
it.
what I'm talking about.
There's a fact of bias, and that's all across the board, even with the
Sure.
justice system
Right.
Yeah.
and the financial system. Yeah, you would get denied for a loan for some god known reason, mainly being because you're black versus an Indian or an Arab.
Yeah.
That is true. Especially an Arab is actually
That's
classified
what I'm
as
talking about.
white. So they're kind of ushered in
Yeah.
a lot of times. And Indians pretty much being the second rate to British are kind of white as well, so they go in there as well. So it's like we are still at the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Yes, there's been stats improving that you're to get denied. So yeah, that's fine.
If we start that, you can't tell me that it's not going to be successful. If a black public had to say,
But that's why we got to
Yeah,
do group
but this is
economics. We
saying-
can't depend on another.
It-
That's why I asked you
it-
how much can you raise between like your family.
it takes
Because
somebody
that's the
with
type of
money
stuff.
to do it. Somebody with money got to
And
jump out there
we
to
didn't
give
start
us
with money. So
But I'm talking about what it takes right now.
Right
You're
now.
not finna get the land or the plot if you ain't got no money.
All right.
If a black person that got money get out there, it's gonna be a successful business because number one, it's a grocery store. You gotta eat. Especially if it's somebody that's known to do it. P Diddy open up a grocery store. You don't think it's gonna be jumping?
I'll put it.
He gonna make all kind of money.
But Diddy ain't trying to open up a grocery
I know that, but I'm saying not. But-
like
but see, that's
there's such a wealth gap amongst blacks, rich and poor, There's a much larger wealth gap than there is amongst regular Americans and white Americans wealth gap.
How much y'all think it? How much you think you have to be in the top 5% of black people?
The top. I don't know the 5%. I know the top 1% is currently making $160,000 a year. Will put you in the top 1% of black folks, which will be middle class of general America. That'll show you just the difference. Yeah. In wealth gap, and that's $160,000 a year. That's nowhere close to being a millionaire. So you can be a middle class and still in the top 1%. So you're rich amongst blacks.
You know, over 900 and some thousand white people have over 12 million and more.
Correct.
Only 200 and some thousand black people have 300,000, have $1 million or more.
Yeah.
So that should tell you just a perspective of the wage gap.
When you talk about,
they ain't even getting into less than 12 million.
I'm not talking about the wage gap. What I'm talking about is somebody just got to do it instead of us talking about it.
Bro, who got the money to do it?
What you mean? There's a lot of
the people that got the money to do it. They not invested enough to do it.
I think we are just getting this amount of money, and there's so many things we need to do. And no, we're not gonna be able to capture everything right now, so it's gonna be a slow.
I mean, so if y'all saying that people with the money don't want to do it, then it ain't gonna get done.
No, they're doing. And look, Kanye got 300 million. He bought land. Y'all see the interview yesterday?
I didn't see the interview, but unfortunately,
it was it was pretty good. But Kanye got 300,000 acres of land. Yeah,
Kanye is like that slave on Birth of a
Man,
Nation.
I'm not talking about Kanye. I'm talking about
what he buying for? What he bought the land for? What he bought the land for?
He's trying to build communities. He's trying to do his own Yeezy master community. That's
after what he said.
This is what I'm saying, and that's what I was about to say.
You gotta hear the interview.
Kanye,
I don't even care at this point.
Kanye is like that slave on Birth of a Nation that tried to convince all the black people that the slave master was right. Man. That's what Kanye look like right now.
Look, Beatles went against the system in the 60s.
Am I the only one?
Kanye is a black.
Am I the only one?
I mean, no, I agree. First of all, I never really listened to Kanye in the first place. For how he is, I never listened. First of all, I never listened to nobody East Coast at all. I didn't listen to Jay-Z. I didn't listen to Nas. I didn't listen to none of them.
Kanye is
I listened to Roe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck y'all.
But no, on some real stuff, though, I think that's good that he will go out there and try to do something like that, but he's ruining, like T.I., he's ruining some of the stuff that he want to do because of that shenanigans that he's doing right now.
Oh, you can't come to me. That's just like...
Matter of fact, I'm ruling for black people not to move there. It's a trap.
That's crazy.
You lead in the water, asbestos in the paint. Man, get the fuck out of here.
That shit gonna be dope, son.
Nah, it ain't. And that's what I'm saying. If Kanye, like I said, you gotta. That ain't gonna lie. That is a big move.
That's what I'm saying, like that type of move. So they're trying to do that.
He's doing it wrong. He's doing it wrong.
You're doing it.
It's not right. You're not doing it right by saying I'm with what Trump talking about.
He's
if you did what I'm saying, sure.
When he tried to put the doctor that killed his mama on his album cover,
bro, what?
With T.I.
In order for somebody to call you a liar, what must take place? No, you gotta be telling a whole bunch of motherfucking lies. That's the only way, bro.
That's
sure, is that not true? I can't accuse you.
Reason.
Yeah, I can't accuse you of being a liar if you tell the truth.
If you're in a sunken place.
Yeah, like if you this is what I'm saying. Follow me real quick. I can't accuse you of lying if I didn't tell the truth.
Well, you can accuse anybody.
No. I'm not. It's not. Listen, it's not gonna come up if that nigga Sean a fucking liar, unless you lying. If we say. I'm gonna come through and you don't come through. You're lying.
Assumptions are made.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. You can't call me an abuser if I'm not slapping the shit out of my wife. You can't call me a rapist if I'm not raping people.
Now you're saying that nobody can lie about somebody.
Yeah. No. That's not what I'm saying.
I kind of feel you, but
I feel what you're saying.
Hold on. You got listen. You are the person that you are because you presented yourself as that person to others. The people that you associate with, they're not gonna call you a liar, Lord, because you're not a liar.
Look, there's only one truth.
This is my point.
You're right. I get what you're saying.
They're not gonna call you a racist if you don't do racist shit.
That be a perception.
You saying gotta be some truth to it.
It's gotta be something. Trump.
He like, I don't give a fuck what they call you. Once they call you it once, then it gets
hold on.
I mean, once on a big scale.
No.
Okay.
Let me start over. Y'all
Nah, bro.
No, y'all, cause y'all tripping.
No, I get what you're saying.
Okay, look.
I just don't agree.
Trump is a fucking racist, and it's been proven. People not just coming out of the back and saying Trump is a racist, and he ain't been doing no racist shit. That's my point.
We agree.
Kanye was not with that shit at first. Now you with it, I can't be associated with that because now you were saying so much about don't fuck Donald Trump and don't do this, don't do that. Now, he was out of love.
He was always with Donald Trump though.
No, I'm talking
2015.
No. I'm talking about now. He's saying, "Oh, Donald Trump does this."
If y'all want to know,
no, you can't make me believe that. Show me some love that Donald Trump has shown.
He's just in a dumbass.
But that's not why Yeezy said he like you though. You gotta listen to the interview because he said the reason. Wait.
He gonna make it. Of course, he made it sound good. Come on, man.
Let me say this.
Fuck that.
This is what, and it's not really in defense of or against Yeezy. It's just I understand he's an artist. Don't put him like. As much as I would love for him to be president, I can't put you in a political position.
You would like Kanye to be president?
Stop right there.
Wait,
you heard what you just said?
No.
Well, then he shouldn't be jumping out there like that.
Fine.
He shouldn't be talking to Donald Trump.
But he's an artist. And the reason why he likes Donald Trump is because he presents the impossible. From his perspective, let me finish.
Hold on, he said
finish. I let you finish.
Hold on, wait. He said
I let you finish.
Hold on, I'm gonna let you finish. I just got one.
I'll let you finish.
He said he liked him because he's different.
Not really different, but he's like.
Not because what he stands
Kanye
for.
put it is that he was an outsider who broke
that's what he
in.
said. That's the word.
Correct.
He was an outsider. That's the only reason.
That's the reason because because Yeezy himself
I don't think that's
puts himself as
an
outsider who's breaking in. He's going
That's not
against
a good
the odds.
reason.
It doesn't matter about your good reason. That's his reason. I can't.
Okay.
Do you think it's a good reason?
He's an
Obviously.
artist.
What the fuck does that mean?
You
That don't mean
accept
nothing.
it. You accept it for what it is. Okay, he goes for that. Then what?
What's the name unfollowed him? He an artist.
That's another one of our problems. We'll
Right.
allow people to do this silly ass shit and then try to look at the good things about it. Dog, if a man come on the stage and wear a fucking dress, he a punk. But these people be coming out wearing dresses and doing all this shit. Oh, it's their style.
Are you?
It's their swag. No!
You jumping something. You switching subjects.
I'm not switching nothing. I'm saying the same thing.
This is
he talking about because he's an outsider.
because that's his way of aligning with something. At least he has a reason and explanation.
You know what?
Whether I agree with it, whether I agree with it or not.
We'll agree to disagree because we not gonna agree on
supporting
this.
Trump. But the least reason that he didn't say right is that he supports him on these issues.
This nigga talking about
right?
Leave easy alone.
It's he admits there's not a whole bunch of stuff that he agrees with Trump. Yeah, he doesn't agree with everything Trump,
right.
But the fact that he beat Hillary is why he went to Trump. The fact that he could,
I didn't get that.
do the because he's trying. I can understand it. He's matching because anybody can choose their own apples to apples to
So
to
then
match
would that
what
make
have
you vote for Trump?
Hell no.
What's the difference between?
I had to ask.
I can understand why
What's the difference
he
between
would go
Bush?
with that.
What's the
Just
difference
for the
between
same
Bush?
reason.
What's the difference between Bush and Trump? Because he was on Bush ass. What's the difference between Bush and Trump? He was so against Bush.
He actually
Bush. Let's say Bush.
I'm talking about Kanye.
No.
I'm
Bush.
saying Trump is actually worse than Bush.
But that's what I'm saying.
No. But you got to think about it. He was against Bush, and so was Trump.
But that's what I'm saying.
Was he?
Trump was against Bush. Listen,
No, he wasn't. He was for the Iraq
think
war.
about put this in perspective.
He only was
Put
against it
this
when
in
he lost.
perspective.
But he was so against Bush,
Look,
but
put this in
Trump is
perspective.
worse.
Put this
we know
put
that.
this
And
in
you want him to be-
perspective.
I'm with him.
That Trump in the beginning, since the beginning,
Right.
was not a Republican candidate. He was against the whole Republican Party representatives.
That's not what I'm
and
talking
Republicans.
about, sir.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was against the whole Bush system and Hillary system, what have you.
What I'm
and he
saying,
just had to go to Republican.
Kanye
So he
reasons
does
for
not.
Kanye reasons for not messing with Bush was what?
Right.
All the
Yeah,
stuff that
right.
you accuse Donald Trump for. That's what I'm talking about. It's like Bush was a racist. He was a Nazi. He was against Bush for everything that he did, right? No, his whole family was bred off that, so. But he was
Watch
against.
out, we in Texas.
He was
This is
against.
Bushland.
He was against
Bush City, right?
This is what I'm saying. He was against Bush. But the next person comes
and now he
with the same goddamn costume.
Yeah.
And I'm with him.
And now you with him.
And he's doing this out of love.
The point he's trying to make is that's not a good enough reason to
It's
him.
not.
It's not a good enough reason to me. If you accept the reason, then that's
so
cool.
I will put it like this. Going back to my topics. What are we really doing as black folk? Because if we trying to unite on a collective front and y'all ain't even in alliance with Yeezy.
Because he full of shit.
I don't think he.
And there's a whole bunch of people that agree with Yeezy. Whole bunch.
Yeezy
Y'all can understand. How could we be on a collective united front?
They're the same black people that voted for Trump.
Guaranteed.
Well, there's a few. There's only like what?
The only thing
60% vote.
I don't care to
Democrat?
be. I don't care to be in Kanye's boat.
I'm not saying that.
You know what I'm saying? I know you're not
front.
saying that, but he's not the collective that I feel like that will work in my
Kanye
best
is Hobo
interest.
Joe? Kanye is Hobo Joe?
No, he is Hobo Nazi. That's who he is. It's not that I don't think he's not going to do good things. He probably going to do good things for the people that align with him. That's cool. But am I going to think that he wouldn't let Trump bug the houses? No. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so somebody say Kanye, my dude Sleep Online, he say Kanye always been messing with Trump. He didn't like Bush because of how he handled the Katrina situation. So that's why Kanye was so hard on Bush. But
look how Trump handling this flood situation.
The reason why Bush handled the situation like he did is because he's a fucking racist. So if you didn't associate with a racist last year or 4 years ago, why are you doing it now? Is what I'm saying.
More like
because it's the same. It's the same person, just wearing a toupee and a red tie. You know what I'm saying? It's the same person. That's the only thing I'm saying. Like I said, Kanye came from it from a perspective of, oh, I agree with what he's doing. He's doing it out of love. No, he's not.
No, a lot of people say it's just propaganda. I mean, Yeezy is a very smart businessman.
He capturing that white audience for the music. He know he lost the black people, so he catching that white audience right now.
He got you in on it, and me in on this propaganda.
I won't buy it.
No, he don't. You said something about it, so what's talking
You already
about?
heard this song. I haven't heard it yet.
I ain't heard radio.
I ain't heard nothing from Kanye.
It was on radio.
No,
I like the song.
We
I like
talking about it because of you.
Nah, somebody else brought that up.
You said Kanye. We're talking about.
But he asked did we hear the song?
And a lot of them ain't
No.
go. Yeah,
Sharon said about the community.
I brought up Yeezy.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, come on.
All right. What you got for the?
No, I'm saying, all right. So y'all, we ain't finished all like. So we're not on a collective front, and there's no way to get on a collective front. Is what you're saying. So I might as well go back to this individual aspect.
We need to handle ourselves. Business. Meaning, we're not trying to run the white folks out of business. We want them to spend. We want the white folks to spend their money too.
So,
but what we're gonna start doing is we gonna, like I said, y'all said we not gonna be able to do it because, like y'all said, the people that have the money to actually start doing stuff like this, like I said, Kanye is the wrong person to start doing this. You know how you see a movie and they have the headliner, the star. You know it's the wrong role. That's the type of shit this is. If somebody else would have did this, it would have been different. You know what I'm saying? But Kanye, his idea is grand.
Tell him to get that land to Umar.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like his idea is grand because ultimately, looking at it from a bigger perspective, Kanye got a community. Now this other black person got a community. Now
so is he starting something?
He may be,
how can you
but I hate the fact that it's him because of, like I said, Sharon. If I'm a liar,
I would give him his credit for starting it, but would I go to his? No.
That's what I'm saying.
I give him his credit for starting it.
Man, this shit gonna look
Think
good.
about this.
I know for a fact.
What
artistically
type of
it's gonna
people
look good.
if Kanye West is starting a community, what type of people you think gonna be in that community?
Me?
No. It ain't gonna be your ass. I bet you that. It ain't gonna be your ass. I bet you that. Not Kanye shit.
They just gonna love you, Sharon.
If Mary J. Blige did one,
we gotta kick you out of all our groups because they gonna be following you.
Right? Let MC Hammer start one. You'll be in that bitch.
Hey, that's how we have enough.
Get in there.
Yeah, right.
That's how we have enough time. Let's go to the current events real quick.
All right, you know it's your boy Roll the Truth, man. You know I'm out here, and you know we ain't been here in a while, man. I'm really excited to be here. You know the core. It's a nice feel.
It feels
What
good.
about doing intro over again?
You know what I'm saying? It's
an hour and a half in.
It's a cool. No, I'm just saying it's just a cool. It's a different experience, man. And you know me, man. but we ain't talked in a while. So that's the reason why I'm coming at you the way I am. We here. It's Tuesday.
Man, we got engagement online.
Man, look. We here from 8 to 10 now. We ain't here on Friday from 9 to 12 or 10 to 12. We here now. So we ain't talked in a minute. So since the last time we talked, shit, I can't remember. It was like going into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Boys, down the Rockets. Talking big shit. So now that I'm here, I gotta represent. You know what I'm saying? First round, I felt like it was kind of a breeze. The Timberwolves wasn't really good. Right now, I think the best first round series was the Pacers and the Cavaliers series.
Oh yeah.
And I be telling my partners, Sleep was on here. I be telling my partners, man, it's like, I don't think LeBron gonna win. They ain't gonna go to the finals, but it's hard to say that LeBron not gonna be there because you've never seen that before.
Let me see after this game, and I'll be able to tell you. Let me see how they play these Raptors. If they can rest my boy Brun,
no,
and he still,
hold on.
Everybody step up with.
This is the worst part. They was losing on the way here, and then LeBron got put out the game. Like, he had to come take a break in the first quarter. After last series, LeBron said he was tired.
Yeah.
The last time LeBron did that, he was catching cramps. He missing. If LeBron down, the Cavaliers are done.
I mean, my boy only was averaging 40.
Yeah.
I mean, give him a break. No, nobody in that first series of his team scored over 20. Boys didn't average over 20. You can't get somebody. No, think about every Golden State, everybody, all of them get over 20 most of the time.
But that
and
is
if they don't, then the other person pick up the slack.
But that's LeBron's game, though.
Yeah, but
ever since
it hasn't been with him, Love, and Kyrie. It wasn't like that.
This is the thing.
Did they win?
LeBron has always
What you talking about?
LeBron has always been LeBron. When I was in the barbershop, AJ's barbershop, I'm in there. Dudes say LeBron team has always waited to see what he do. LeBron, I feel like I want to talk about the playoffs, but I want to make this point. LeBron make people game change for the better.
For sure.
If you compare him to another athlete, we always talk about this greatest stuff in the world. A lot of people always talk about Jordan. Jordan is not the Jordan is not the greatest player.
Cavs and Rockets, baby.
Jordan. A lot of people always talk about Jordan. Jordan is not the best basketball player to play the game. A lot of people just associate Jordan because
some enemies.
But I don't care. But I'm talking the truth.
Kobe.
Think about it.
Kobe's the greatest of all time.
Oh my God,
Kobe's the greatest of all time.
That's a better argument. But ain't nobody fucking with Kareem. No matter what you say, I don't care what you talking about. If we was to say numbers,
who you starting off your team with?
Hold on. See, that's what I'm saying. The reason why we picked Jordan is because
I can pick a Jordan.
A reason why majority say Jordan is. Listen, man, hold on. The reason why majority say that Jordan is the greatest is because I'm not gonna lie. Growing up, think about it. You couldn't get no Kareem's shoes and be fly and be dogging somebody.
You got to think about what made Kareem great, though.
But this is what I'm saying.
He
Hold
developed
on.
it.
What Kareem was great at basketball.
Right.
Jordan was great at basketball and shit that ain't basketball. In
the shoes, that's what made him popular.
That's it.
Jordan.
Hold on, look, wait a
Make
minute.
the shoes.
Legacy.
Michael Knight made
If
those
you
shoes.
no.
Michael
Shit,
Knight made Jordan.
no. This is what
Don't put that on.
I'm gonna say this,
He
and
played
then
basketball.
I'm
He
gonna
ain't
say
make
this,
those shoes.
and then I'm gonna show you what made Jordans. If Jordan didn't have no shoes, we probably wouldn't be saying he's the greatest.
But that's when they first started that college advertising. Nike was big. They exploited that to the fullest.
And that's my point. This is what made a Jordan shoe. I'm Michael Jordan, number one. At this moment in time, I'm the best out here.
You won 6 championships.
No. It ain't about the championships. It's way before the championships. You got a, black man from Chicago, whatever he from, playing basketball like a brother. He not, he wasn't the corny ass white boy in the corner shooting threes. Jordan was flashy. He was aggressive. He'd dunk on you.
He wasn't the only one.
But hold on, let me finish. People like that. So then when they saw him put on the shoe and saw this man still dogging you with a Jordan on, ain't your name Jordan? Yeah, this me. And his shit was, you was able to wear a Jordan.
He the first person with his own name on his shoes. That's what made Jordan.
And
he was
a jump man.
And he was great. So he jumped from the free throw line.
Who else had a jump man before Jordan?
Nobody. This is the thing.
He made the jump man.
Yeah, that's
so
him.
making that mother.
Yeah, so when you see him do that, the first thing you think is, man, I want to do that shit.
Right.
Fuck everything else. That's why people so hung up on Jordan. Jordan didn't play against the people that Kobe
He
and
didn't
LeBron.
play against the best
Neither
people
did
at all.
Kareem. So how can you be the top Kareem then?
Yeah, Kareem definitely didn't
Kareem
play against
definitely,
the
right?
best
That's
people.
way.
But the first thing I said was if we was gonna go by numbers, he got. I said everything that he
Go
got
Bill
is better.
Russell then.
Yeah,
Everything
exactly.
that he got is better than Jordan. That's what I said. I said if we're gonna talk
Straight
about
by the
that.
numbers.
But what I'm saying is what made Jordan, the reason why majority decide with Jordan is because he made it popular on and off the court. If Jordan put on a shoe and glare from the free throw line, growing up, nigga, I'm like, man, if I get the Jordans, I can do that. And then not only am I flying from the free throw line, I'm winning championships. I'm out here going out. By the time my shoes out, he lost his first 6 years or whatever.
Be like
Jordan
Mike.
came with a dream.
He
That's
had
what made him great.
That's what made. That's why he's so
dream.
great than everybody
Slogan,
else.
I want to be like Mike. You know, they
They pushed that. They didn't do that
with a dream.
They didn't have that for Kobe.
Dang,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
is
But who they also
was too
doing that
late.
for? They doing that for LeBron. When
LeBron.
LeBron first came out,
LeBron
who was
doing that for LeBron.
No. When LeBron first came out, who was LeBron? The King. Before he even played the NBA game.
I mean, he got $99 million from Nike before he even played a
That's what I'm saying.
dribble
That's
on the
what I'm
court.
saying. They pushed the King. So people that were kids watching sports was like, I want to be the king.
But you got to think about it though.
Dream.
Kobe
It's a
could.
marketing-
Kobe
okay,
could.
yeah.
But you got to think about
It
it.
goes it transcends the sport is what he's saying. It
Yes.
goes more towards
Kobe couldn't
psychological thing.
Kobe
They-
couldn't have came out like that because he didn't have that big notoriety as LeBron
No.
did when he came
Hold
out of high
on, time
school.
out. Hold on, time out.
Kobe.
You tripping.
Kobe
Yeah.
did
The
not.
remember that shit.
only reason Kobe is not considered in those categories, in my opinion, he is because of the rape. And remember, in the NBA, it's always a villain and it's always a superhero.
Was
In
that
the
rape
NBA.
or was that exploitation?
Hey, come on, man. That's Kobe Bean, man.
We covered this in
That's
the first
Kobe
segment.
Bean, man.
He ain't
Stop
got to hurt
playing.
nobody.
Nah, but hey, all right, back to the
Hell for that
playoffs.
money.
Back
All
to
right,
the
boy,
playoffs.
we got about 10 more minutes.
We got the Pacers playing the Cavaliers right now. I don't know what the score of the game is, but
113 or 112, 56 seconds left.
who up? Cavs up by 156. All right, so that's a good
Cavs
series.
Rockets, baby.
The Rockets Timberwolves series wasn't really a good series. I feel like
They about to beat the shot
the
out of Utah.
best. I feel like we're about to beat Utah. We're gonna be playing the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Western Conference Finals, Rockets, Warriors, Eastern Conference Finals.
All I know, Steph better be playing. Or
Who
they
you
about to stay
think?
behind Woods.
Eastern Conference Finals. Who you got? Because like I said, LeBron on the team. I can't count LeBron out.
I mean, LeBron and we got
Boston and the
they
Sixers.
ain't gonna let Boston beat them.
Boston beat the Sixers, and then we got the Pacers and the Cavs. So out of those teams, Eastern Conference Finals. What y'all think?
Cavs got to go to the finals. I don't know. I got to see.
So you think they're gonna go to the finals, or you think? I mean, what I'm predicting
I'm
right
never
now.
counting I'm like Shannon Sharp right now. I can't
count
never count out
LeBron,
LeBron
yeah.
because it's like sacrilegious. You can't gotta get that boy. You know what
Because you
I'm
never say
saying?
that. He been going every year.
He don't
But
win.
so
Nobody
Eastern
do what
Conference
this man
Finals,
do.
you got. I'm not talking finals. I'm talking about Eastern Conference. So I got we said Rockets Warriors. Eastern Conference, who you got?
If it end up
You
LeBron
said
in
Cavs.
Boston,
You said Cavs.
I don't want them to play Boston though. I want them to play. I want them to play 7-6 so they have an easy series.
No, not what you want. Not what you want. So who you think? I think it's gonna be Cavs Boston.
Yeah,
I don't know.
if I had to guess.
I know it's Cavs for sure. That's how I'm,
But Boston ain't been playing that
Yeah,
good
just
since the
nobody
beginning
else
of
is
the
like-
season.
You know the crazy
But they
thing
may be
is,
showing up for the playoffs. I haven't watched them.
we haven't been playing that good either, but we still won.
I mean, we shoot until we can't shoot.
Yeah,
no
of
more.
course, we're gonna shoot that.
And we feel like, and the Rockets even said they feel like, hey, we shoot better than anybody in the league. So if we start shooting, if we own, we own.
Yeah.
And then you ain't gonna be able to keep up. But if we get on,
It's
we
gonna be-
still gonna catch up. So
Yeah.
they feel like it's a lose-lose situation. I mean, it's a win-win situation because we either go shoot ourselves out or we gonna
We're
shoot
gonna shoot
ourselves
ourselves
in.
in. Like I said, I really like what we going on. I really like what we got going on, man. You know, I would like to see D'Antoni put Gerald Green and the people that helped us get here in the game a little bit more in the playoffs.
Maybe
But-
he resting them.
Yeah, but you know, this Utah game, it's only been one game. They ain't played that much. You know, they played the last minute of the game. It's cool. You know, I think it's going to be Rockets, Warriors, Cavs, Boston.
You gotta think about it. Maybe they just trying to jump up on them. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of rest later on and things. So think about it, you jump on them 2 or 3 games to
Yeah.
They spirits gonna be broke.
Oh, yeah.
So now you can start shuffling in some other people, you know.
Like I said, it's only game one. You know, it's only game one. It's easy money against Utah. You know, Donovan Mitchell not gonna beat us by itself. And then I don't understand. I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest, because I don't understand why teams don't do what they're supposed to do to beat us, rather than, you know, get him out of Donovan Mitchell, let him do it. But all right. I don't know. I know we talked before about Black Ink Crew, and I don't know if y'all caught it.
Watching it.
Still ain't catch up.
It changed too much from the first moment when I first watched it the first time to now. Yeah, I don't know. Come on.
It's on.
Cause I ain't got no TV.
VH1.
I ain't got no TV.
Hey, I think it's on. But okay, so remember last time I was telling y'all, you know, the woman was trying to get custody of her kids. She gave her kids away.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay,
yeah.
now she on some more bullshit. Right now she talking about she want to have another baby. Another baby. She gave up all three of her. I want to know how y'all feel about this. Like, I know a lot of y'all watch Black Ink Crew, man. She gave up all three of her kids for adoption when she was younger. And now she on some fuck. It's so stupid because it's like she want to have a baby, so this is what she do. She decides to say, let me go out and scout.
To get a baby with?
To random ass dude, I want to have a baby with you type shit. So, yeah, right?
Well, she got money?
No.
She wants her kids back. The kids dismissed her. All right, so
okay, no.
new kids.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem.
You don't love me? I'll replace you. I can make more of you.
I don't have a problem with her wanting to have more kids. This is what I have a problem with. She say she's scouting, right? She go to the gay club. Say,
she like a dude that don't want the baby?
No, she's just going up in there meeting random punks, saying, you look good. You got a nice bone structure. You tall. Okay, boom. Have a baby with me. Nigga like, whoa, hold up. I mean, that just the craziest thing about it.
You want to say,
the nigga said, cool, I'll do that. I'm like, man. Sleep, but Sleep just sold the Cavs 1-0. Bruh, 1-0. He talking about bruh. He ain't say Cavs.
Yeah, bruh. Bruh, 1-0.
Yeah. So,
Wait.
Oh, what happened?
They call him a foul on the last shot. Ooh.
Not so fast.
Who fouled? That was on LeBron and them?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
we got about 5 more minutes.
Yeah, hold on, I'm wrapping it up. So she, like I said, she randomly selects a punk, and he say, yeah. Not only did he decide to say, oh, I'm gonna make the baby with you, they ain't gonna have sex. She gonna
artificial insemination.
She have a fucking
turkey baster.
Yeah, party. She have a turkey baster party. Come to the tattoo shop. You gonna watch me.
That's just entertainment, right?
Bro,
there.
that's the dumbest shit I've seen on TV in a while. And I just wanted to say that, like, that's so stupid to me. And then hold on, this is the kicker though. She invited the dude to the shop. They ended up having a fucking artificial insemination party. And the punk back there in the back with another punk that's in the shop getting it on. Like, come on, bro, that shit couldn't be more set up if I ever seen set up, dog.
You watched it.
Yeah, you watched it.
That shit. No, I watch. I was calling it bullshit when I first saw it, but I watched the show. It's all for entertainment. Really? But I felt like that was the crummiest shit. You go to a gay club, the dude say yeah, then she's like, I want you to raise my kid too. I still want you to be there. The dude was like, yeah. What gay dude do that? Obviously, he gay. He don't want the pussy.
He want to be on the show. That's what he want to do.
Yeah. It was all for the show.
I can kind of see a gay dude. He want to have a kid, but he still wants to be gay. He don't have to deal with the girl only on a sometimes basis.
Sometimes basis.
So say because
you found him fresh in the gay club. This ain't no. I used to.
How you know him and his boyfriend ain't wanted a baby, and that's she's pretty much a serious.
She just shouldn't want to.
All of a sudden, you just walk into Carol's and be like,
you know what? And then one day like, you know what? I was just thinking about having a baby.
No, I'm not going to Carol's for that.
My boyfriend and I was just thinking about having a baby. You walk up.
Man.
But nah. That's disgusting. All right. We're going to the new section. Book I recommend. The book I'm going to recommend this week is White Like Me. It's by Tim Wise. And it kind of, we talked a lot about the justice system. So I feel like, he talked about how he used a lot of stories from his life and he demonstrated how, how a lot of racial stuff goes on and how, not that it goes on and that it's at the detriment of black people, but that it's at the benefit for white people. So he, and he goes into detail and name a lot of the examples on, not only is it hurting black people, but how it's benefiting white people and him, especially at the time, you know. And I don't even think he grew up like in a real rich family or nothing like that.
Yeah,
but he shows how he used his whiteness as a propeller to get him to the next level, and he shows like, hey, this couldn't have been done if I was black.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a good insight. I think
What's the name of it again?
his name is called White Like Me.
White Like
And if you just look him up on YouTube, Tim Wise, you'll see him talking a lot. I met him right here at St. John's Church.
Word.
He came and spoke, you know, met him and stuff like that.
I follow him on Facebook.
Yeah.
He's a pretty like legit dude. I can meet him sometime, but
Don't get me wrong,
So he's
he's
proven-
still white, but he cool.
but I like it because he's literally proving
Yeah.
White Like Me.
that there is white privilege, and he systematically proves it in this book.
For sure. I mean, I'm not gonna say he systematically proves it, but he
shows
gives perfect examples in his own life and not just an outside person, you know, about how he uses whiteness.
Sounds like a systematic proving. To
Oh yeah, but you know, some people won't take it as systematic probably because he's just talking about his life and they, you know, I heard about what's his name that's over the housing.
The black dude.
Ben Carson.
Carson.
I heard books that praise Ben Carson. I bet they wish they can take that shit back.
I mean, Ben Carson
good surgeon.
deserved to be praised.
No,
as
he
a
don't.
doctor.
Not no more.
Because
You out of there, bro. For you heard what he doing with housing?
Because he's not a housing developer.
I know, but that's on a whole different person. We'll get on some
He should be
different.
the Surgeon General, not
Yeah.
the goddamn.
But that's what happens in Trump camp
Yeah.
and Kanye
So what
camp.
you think? if Trump helped him do that, what do you think Kanye gonna be doing?
Exactly.
Come
He
on,
about to
man.
be another big
Asbestos.
person.
No, this- like he said.
If I can survive 2 years
about to kill
under
these
Trump,
niggas.
if I can survive 2 years under Trump, I can survive 2 years under Yeezy. So Yeezy 2020, damn it.
Why you crazy?
Fuck that shit.
Well, I would never vote for him. But we'll go ahead. I'm done with that.
Product of the
black
week.
product of
The
the
black product of the week
I'm
is
weak, not month. My bad.
it's first one back. Granny's grandchildren.
Granny's grandchildren. What
Granny's grandchildren.com.
Granny's grandchildren.com.
I
What
believe
is
so. That's the address. That is a new apparel company.
that? Apparel. Okay.
Apparel. Nice if you pro-black, unapologetically black. They got some new designs out there that pretty much came out now. I like it.
What's it
Okay.
called again?
Grannies,
Granny.
like your granny.
Yeah.
Grannies,
I ain't hear you.
grandchildren.
Grandchildren.
Granny's.
That's pretty much you.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah,
Granny,
me.
grandchild, right?
I feel like
It's us.
they, without even seeing it, I feel like their products is brown.
Fubu.
Yeah.
First thing I think about is Fubu. You know what I'm saying?
So let's look. GRAN.
What are they affordable?
Of course, it's affordable.
I mean, but you can't say $35 for a T-shirt. It's
Come on, no, that's
$27?
That is $35 is still reasonable. We ain't talking about
It's
no
reasonable,
$200
but we
Kanye,
talking about
$200 Kanye
a
holes
plain-
in your shirt.
A plain shirt should
T-shirts.
cost them $35.
No, it ain't
Depends on what type of
$35.
Kanye.
No, I'm saying if you have
If
a
you
regular
go-
shirt, it should be $35.
I bought a white tee from Top Shop for like $40.
That's
That
what I'm
mother
saying.
was legit.
No, I went to Nipsey Hussle shop. There's no way his shirt should be $35. It's a regular ass
Where
shirt.
is shop? Where you got shop
In
in
California. No, I just came. I was
Oh,
in
yeah, in
California.
Cali.
with
I
my girl.
forgot.
Bro, a Nipsey Hussle shirt shouldn't be no damn $35.
I just posted the link in the comment section. I'll post it again in the other section. Granny's grandchildren.
Granny's grandchildren.
GGC.
Black
They got some
product
good
of the
stuff on there.
Bet. I remember we put everything online too. So
Yeah, okay.
Correct.
on the website, blacknewspodcast.com.
Granny's
So,
grandchildren.
if you're a black entrepreneur, you're going to need a phone. Let's go see. Black entrepreneur,
Okay.
unapologetically black. You're a black educator.
Let me see.
Just some T-shirts specifically.
grandchildren.
See, I want that one right there because I am a black engineer.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I seen those.
You see
That
those?
shirt.
I seen those.
That's a regular screen print. That
I
shirt shouldn't be no
don't care.
$27, man.
There's nowhere
let them
else
make
I
their
can
money, man.
find a black
That's what I be.
engineer
That's what I be talking
shirt.
about.
But
All right.
So
I
say-
buy one from somebody else, so I definitely buy
You
one from them.
can. That's a shirt you can make in your garage.
I
That's
haven't-
not worth.
But ain't nobody gonna
$25,
make it. You ain't gonna.
If I would pay
Can't
for
complain
a
about the
shirt
prices.
at
We don't complain
Macy's,
about them at white stores.
That's what I'm saying. If I could buy a shirt this
I'm
price
talking
at
about-
I know
Macy's,
that.
I will
Even-
buy it from you.
Even at a white store, shirt should be $35. You know,
I'm
so-
buying that shirt
I don't know. Not for no
You should
35.
buy
I'm not buying it for 35.
for 28.
I don't know. It's a plain.
What's the
plain
max you?
shirt.
What's the max you would pay for a shirt?
To be honest, I don't care about designer T-shirts. I don't care about the shirt being designed.
Oh,
Yes,
definitely
ma'am.
not me.
But that's a regular ass black tee bought from the shirt shop, and you screen print a word on it.
How
That's
the
not
hell
worth.
can you claim you want to do this kind of collective situation and you complaining about a fair t-shirt price?
It's not a fair t-shirt because it's not going to be a top quality t-shirt.
All right, well, let me name the rest of this stuff off and we'll be out of here.
Bullshit.
If they $35, if they're reasonable,
$28
like
and might go out discount.
If they're reasonable, I like
but it speaks to me. That's specifically for me.
Yeah, that's
you know
you.
what I'm saying? Like, there's nowhere else I can find that. See, that's what I'm saying? So that's dope. Grannies, grandchildren.
Bet. We're gonna definitely get there. Well, just to end this out, just for people to pay attention, upcoming events, make sure you come. We got a CG meeting May 14th. We got a Smart Incubator meeting on May 5th.
This coming Saturday.
That May 5th? All right, cool. Then everybody pay attention. We got one of our groups called Late Night Early Mornings. They have a event called Free Game. It's gonna be on May 12th from 8 to 10. Definitely come there, Black entrepreneurs, and get some free game.
We will be sharing all this stuff on our page.
For sure. Yeah, I'm going to have it all on there.
Like us, subscribe us, share us. Please do.
For sure.
Black Kings Podcast on Instagram.
Black Kings Podcast on everything.
Podcast on everything.
Yes, sir.
Follow your boy. Roll the Truth. Mr. Big Shot 80 on Instagram. Mr. Big Shot 80 on everything. Black Kings Podcast on everything. Shout your socials out, fellas. Shout the socials out.
What you got? No, I'm waiting.
Shern Cutter Smooth EP Digital. Facebook be hating because I can't put my whole name, but you can find me as Shern Peters.
Ching Ching
Peters.
Ching Ching.
All right, then we got we ending out here. Make sure you go download our app, Crib Group Economics. You got me, Lord Ford. You got Shern EP Digital, and you got Rolling the Truth.
Yes, sir.
And that's Black Kings Podcast. We out.
Deuces.